Benilde-St. Margaret's High School for week number 8 of the regular season in prep football. Tonight, it's the Cooper Hawks paying a visit here to the Red Knights. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Joe Basil. And Joe, both of these teams struggling record-wise. Cooper coming off one of the best seasons in school history and have had a great run of success. A younger team this year, they're struggling. And for Benilde, they had a good run also, and then a new coaching staff coming in last year. So both teams young with promise, but have had to absorb some losses and learn that way this year.
Yeah, and that's tough. And you really find out what your kids are made of, what your team is made of, and even in some cases, how your coaching staff is going to respond in a situation like that.
I think what's encouraging for both of these teams is they don't appear to have given up late in the season. Sometimes you get very discouraged, but they've had some close ones lately. Cooper last week, an overtime loss to Irondale. Benilde had a close battle as well. So they both know that, okay, we've got playoffs still ahead. We have a chance. Both of them are in sections where they have a chance to be successful there, too.
Right, and both Coach McMenemy and then Tony Patterson, who we talked to, very optimistic, and they like their chances actually going into the playoffs. Cooper, a big win over Holy Angels, with its quality program, so you got to like that if you're on the Cooper side of things.
Let's take a look at key players in tonight's contest, and starting with the visiting Hawks. And Denari Connors is coming on strong. He got some playing time last year later in the season. Good running back for them, shifty, and they're going to look to him to move the football some tonight here.
Well, and you know what, Jay, when you can run the football, play some defense, you've always got a chance. I think he's somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 or 7 yards per carry. So you got to like that. You also, it's also a good way to dominate the game a little bit and bleed the clock when you got a good running game and a running back like Denari Connors.
Benilde is a team that they want to sling the ball around a lot. They've got a couple of receivers that have had some really outstanding seasons. Khalif Brown, one of the sophomore group that's done very well for them.
We talked to Coach McMenemy again. He's been an air raid guy from day one, and it's a very, very fun offense, and Khalif, I think, is his lead guy, and probably the guy that their quarterback is going to be looking at maybe first and foremost.
Good way to boost yourself into the playoffs, I think, too, here, this last regular season game. More important than people think sometimes, I think, because that kind of is what leads you into that section tournament and how well you play here tonight.
Right. Yeah, and, and you touched on it earlier, Jay. I think the key is both teams and both coaches said this. They haven't given up the season or anything, and, catch some momentum going into the playoffs.
All right, should be an entertaining contest here. Last year, a very senior-laden Cooper team took it to Benilde. We'll look for a closer contest here tonight. It's the Hawks and the Red Knights on CCX Sports. And welcome back. We got to look at the teams entering the field here tonight. Kind of a low-key atmosphere, these Wednesday night games. And you got a couple of teams that don't have a lot of wins, so it's not like a raucous crowd to start it out. But sometimes that's not so bad. You can really concentrate on the job at hand here a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I'm sure these kids are very excited to get this thing underway.
Leo Garcia getting set to kick off here for Cooper. Back deep for the Red Knights, Nick Kalb and Dominic Argenta. Cooper saying we need to finish better in the fourth quarter. We've been in spots to win at least a couple more games. They got the one nice win, but including last week against Irondale. They felt like, it was there for the taking. They just didn't quite finish it. Here's Garcia putting his foot to it. Taken by Argenta as he'll work his way out. Ooh, and a nice gap up the middle and out over the 40. So a good start for Benilde as they will have nice field position to begin their first possession, led by quarterback Nirvan Yogaraja Jr. for the Red Knights. And you see his numbers for the year. Pretty good numbers for a team, obviously a little higher interception-wise than you'd like, but for a team that is looking for its first win, you've got some pretty decent numbers. And they'll start on their 41-yard line here.
Yeah, good field position, as you said, Jay. That middle return opened up quick.
Yogaraja rolling left, fires. Oh, that one was nearly picked off, and there would have been some space to move upfield a little bit, I think, as well, as Davion Tischer got his hand on that one. So just be an incompletion, and fortunately so for Benilde. That one could have been picked.
Yeah, and I think Yogaraja just kind of telegraphed that one, Jay. He was looking at that receiver the whole way, and the cornerback read it, and he was almost off to the races.
Guggenberger, the intended target, and the throw was accurate. It's just that the defender had dropped nicely into position there, as you said. So 2nd and 10 now for Benilde. So I'm going to throw over the middle, and it's complete. He's got Guggenberger. Popped pretty good there by Jackson Howard, who, since we last saw the Hawks, has been moved to a linebacker slot after playing at the defensive end alignment earlier.
Yeah, and with this offense, Jay, we're going to see a lot of slants, a lot of shallow crosses, etc.
Here's another one complete to Guggenberger. Howard, another stop. But this will be a first down to about the 32. Another 16-yard gain there.
Yeah, another trademark of the air raid typically is a go fast kind of offense, not letting the defense substitute, Jay.
This time they're going to hand off. Cal breaks the first tackle and then pays the price as he'll pick up a couple on the play. Get a look at the starters offensively and defensively here. Red Knights on the right, their offensive unit. Yeah, 2nd and long here.
And you know what, depending on personnel too, Jay, sometimes the air raid, a little bit of a misnomer. You can run the ball out of the air raid as well. I think every play so far they've gone trips to the near side, Jay. 3 receivers to the near side.
Kalb now coming in motion. Going to swing it out to him. And he is blasted immediately. Nice step up there by Bailey. Blabu coming up to pop him there.
Yeah, and Blabu read that one all the way, Jay. He comes from his corner spot and saw that little swing coming right from Jump Street there.
Loss of 4 on the play for the Red Knights. So we'll bring up a 3rd and about 13 here for Benilde. They're back at the 35 of Cooper. A very promising drive, but now facing a 3rd and long situation. Going to throw it deep down the left sideline, and that one is incomplete as looking out there for Elliott Hitter. And it will bring up 4th and long here for Benilde. But in this spot on the field, not really much consideration of punting, I wouldn't think. They're probably just going to line up and see if they can't pick it up here.
Right, I think that's 4 now. And they may come back. That time they repositioned Kalb right before the snap, and he swung out to the right. No linebackers or anything. He was actually wide open on that. The quarterback just was looking for the deep ball all the way.
So Yogaraja stepping in, will fire it over the middle. It's deflected up in the air. Ooh. And then nearly a chance for Guggenberger to catch it after the defender deflected it, but he obviously didn't know it was going to be coming like that, so it'll drop for an incompletion. Cooper bends but doesn't break as they hold on downs here and will take over. Another look. Good job getting in there to break that one up on the tip for Tischer. who had that earlier near interception for the Hawks.
Yeah, thrown into double coverage there. Typically never a good idea, especially over the middle like that, Jay. Never a good idea.
Cameron Fox leading the Cooper offense here. Put up 27 last week in a losing cause in that overtime game against Irondale. So they will start at their own 35 on this first possession.
Stacked receivers on either side, Jay.
Hand off to Connors. Connors gets a block and gets to the edge down the sideline, and he is going to go. No flags, and it'll be a 65-yard touchdown for Cooper on their very first play from scrimmage.
Wow, and as they say, quick as a hiccup, huh? I mean, he barely got the handoff, and basically he was gone. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a trap or power, or they just got the edge, and wow, Denari was just gone.
So he gets a couple nice blocks on the edge here. A little crackback coming in as a receiver, Carmel, but you still didn't expect that there'd be just that much green turf in front of him.
Right. Yeah, nice little, a couple of nice stock blocks there from his receivers, and then he's in the end zone.
Garcia will come on to attempt the extra point here for Cooper. So, wow, quick turn of events. Benilde had a good drive going. It stalled, and then quickly Cooper converting with a one-play 65-yard drive on the Connors run. Garcia bangs the extra point through, and so with 9:23 to go in the first, it is 7-0 Hawks.
Yeah, I think they just kind of sealed the edge there, Jay. It was basically big on big blocking, nothing too tricky by the O-line of Cooper, and he got the edge, and like I said, a couple of stock blocks by his receivers, and he's down the sideline. Untouched.
Now, when you run those in practice, that's what your dream sequence is, that it goes just like that. In reality, it usually isn't going to work quite that easily, but Hawks, I don't know if they had Benilde. Obviously, the blocking up front and on the edge was good, but you also have to think that they were maybe expecting something a little different there, because you should be in a position where your safeties can get over and at least make him cut back, even if you don't stop him, to not get outrun to the corner like that.
Right. Yeah, they didn't alter his path at all. You're right.
Argenta and Kalb will be back deep again here for Benilde as Garcia will kick off again. He wasn't expecting to be kicking off again this soon, I don't think, but a one-play drive will do that for you.
Well, last time Benilde got set up around midfield on a nice middle return. We'll see what they can do this time.
This time he's going to bang it on the ground, but it might head out of bounds, or will it? No, they're going to have to field it, and then it goes out. Argenta, the clock in your head starts ticking. You're thinking somebody's going to get here pretty soon. I can't wait anymore to see if it's going to go out. So
yeah.
I don't think it was a bad decision at his, it doesn't turn out very well for them, but I don't think you can risk that ball being recovered by the kicking team either.
No, you really can't. I think, it kind of, the ball was traveling like it looked like it was going to go out of bounds. And as you said, at some point, the rubber meets the road there, and he's got to pick it up.
So Red Knights not nearly as good a field position as the first time they had the football. They'll start on their 15 or 16, they'll call it. Had, as we said, a couple first downs, nice completions to Guggenberger, but now he's going to throw it deep here. It's a little underthrown, and it is intercepted. Nice job to stick with it by Mulba there, as he didn't get quite enough on that one on the deep throw, and it is picked off by Mulba. Good hands defensively. He was in good position too, but also able to come up with that catch.
Yeah, he was. He really was shadowing the wide receiver, and as you said, the quarterback just not quite enough distance on this thing, and Mulba was in great shape, and this made a really nice pick here, and Cooper's in business again.
Yeah, Hitter actually had a step or two on him. I'm not going to say he was wide open, but he did have him beat a little bit, but just didn't quite get enough on that one to get it over Mulba. So Football at the 48 of Benilde here for Cooper as they get it back. Fox fakes the handoff, now throwing it out in the flat, and it is incomplete. Airmailed it over the head of Kevon Cager there.
Yeah, a little bit of play action on that one. Not a bad call at all. Just kind of juiced it a little bit high to his slot receiver out there.
So when we saw them earlier, Fox was alternating, but now has won the job out right here. 2nd down and 10 for Cooper as they try to capitalize on the takeaway by their defense.
It's a light box for Benilde, so Cooper could certainly run the ball if they wanted to.
And it is Connors taking the handoff, and it's a good gap. Nice tackle there defensively by Kalb for the Red Knights, but it'll rip off about 7.
Yep, and then very makeable 3rd down here, Jay. 3rd and about 3, I think.
There's a look at Willie Howard, the Hawks head coach, and he knew coming in that they were, certainly a younger team. They've made progress, but it's been a little tough, after winning so many games these last few years. Here is Connors taking the handoff again, and he will have the 1st down with ease, picking up about 5 on that one.
And I think when you, like we talked about in the pregame, when you have a back like Denari Connors, there's no reason to get too cute with your offense. Just hand the young man the ball, and the O-line's getting off the ball nicely here and getting good push, and basically it's big on big blocking right now for Cooper.
Yeah, they've been a team that really has had a balanced offense too. Yeah, they've thrown the ball well in these last years and thrown it quite a bit, but they've also always seemed to have a really good running attack as well. And I think it's important to, some teams prove to be the exception, but I feel like in high school ball it's important to be able to do both. Connors taking that handoff.
Looked like the quarterback might have changed that play. Kind of went up and talked to the O-line right before they might have changed that play, Jay. Right before the snap.
Look at the starters there. Called another tackle for the Red Knights here. So 2nd down and 5 coming up here for Cooper. They're already up 7-0. Their first play from scrimmage, a 65-yard touchdown run by Denari Connors. Here's Jackson Howard taking the handoff here, the big guy LSU recruit. Normally a tight end, but in the backfield that time, and he will pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Jackson right off the bat there, but they bring him in, run him at fullback, kind of a old school I formation, picks up the 1st down. Nice little jump cut actually by Jackson to get outside and pick that 1st down up.
So on the 26-yard line there, Benilde is Cooper this time more methodical drive than that first one, obviously, but they'll hand off here on the sweep, and just tripped up as he gets to the edge is Cager, and there is a flag down right near where the tackle occurred. Look what this one's going to be all about.
Yeah, a little jet action coming across here, and they give the ball to Cager. And we'll see where we're going here. Is it a hold, Jay?
It looks like a hold, yeah. So we'll have to replay 1st down.
Here we go.
See if we can catch it. The flag actually comes in right toward the end. Oh, it's got to be on the receiver. Oh, yeah, he's got a hold of him right on the edge there.
Yeah.
Yep. Call against Gurley. I was going to say that it occurred right about where the tackle happened.
Yeah, and you always, as a receiver, you always want to keep your hands inside the frame so that you don't get called for that kind of huggy bear holding situation.
Fox going to tuck it, and ooh, he is blasted from behind. The ball did come loose, and they're going to say he was down as Fox ran out of time in a big hurry there as he is dumped here. Coming from the backside to rock him was Chase Brixius. And Cooper fortunate to keep the football.
Yeah, they really were. Brooks is coming up from behind the Cooper quarterback, and surprise, surprise, ball on the ground. But as you said, Cooper fortunate to retain possession.
Getting back to that, the previous one, the hold occurred so far downfield that it only put them back at about 1st and 10. So now after the sack, it'll be 2nd and 13. Fox throwing complete, cutting up the middle and very close, just short of the end zone though, as Jamin Cook on the reception there for the Hawks.
Really nice ball by Fox on the slant pattern. You've heard me say, I think in previous games, sometimes the slant's the toughest one to throw, but boy, he put it right on the money here, Jay. The receiver didn't have to break stride at all.
And Cook, I like the way he just got upfield there too. He was very close. You know, you could almost see that he sensed that, okay, this is the goal line. I'm almost there, but
yep.
Able to bring him down just short. And obviously a good call there. He was got down at the 1.
Yeah, it was nice the way he turned the slant into kind of a north-south situation and nearly scored.
Heavy personnel here for Cooper. Going to hand it off to Connors, and Connors will get in for the touchdown. Much shorter run this time than his first one, but it counts the same as he finishes off the drive with a 1-yard run as they run it right side. They had Howard over there. They had a fullback in that time as well. They were just going to try and power that one in, and able to do so on 1st and goal. So Hawks getting on the board for the 2nd time.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything. I don't think it was anything tricky which way they were gonna, which direction they were gonna run the ball. And as I said earlier, no need to be tricky when you got the run game like they're exhibiting right now.
Garcia coming on to attempt the extra point, and it is good. So 4:29 to go in the first quarter, and Cooper's lead grows now to 14-0. Another look, well blocked. Again, not too bad a defense, but when they only need 1 yard, it's hard to keep them out. And Connors, pretty good leg drive there. He was wrapped up fairly early there by Max Wendt, but kept his legs pushing forward and able to get it into the end zone. So Cooper, a nice start on the road here so far.
And a really nice job by Jackson Howard on that replay. It was a double team between he and the tackle, Jay. And then he realized that the tackle had his guy, and then then he goes off on the linebacker, and nice job by Jackson Howard.
It kind of indicates too that timing on things like that are so important too. It isn't just that you get into that double and then it's when you come off, and those are the things that you go over in practice. It was interesting, the Benilde coach, Sean McMenemy, talking to us about how, sometimes at first kids are a little bit bored and want to be on to the next thing when you're going over fundamentals over and over, but they're so important. Wow, look at this kick as it goes all the way down inside the 5, and then a heavy hit right at the 20-yard line. Garcia, twice in a row now, has been able to put the ball in a good spot. Argenta that time picking it up at about the 1 or 2, and then took a good pop as he got to the 20 there. But watch this one.
Yeah.
Well played. It's almost like a punt, coffin corner punt there.
Yeah, I wonder if Garcia's a golfer, Jay. I mean, that's the second time that he kind of stuck the ball right in that corner, and then you got the sideline as another defender over there too.
And it was Cook who made the tackle, the receiver who had that catch. And over the middle, Jackson Howard blasting the ball incomplete. Jack Scholl not able to hang on to it. Is there? You got to look at Sean McMenemy, who's had fair to say, a fairly qualified background when he was hired at Benilde. He's done a lot of good things in the coaching world, and he's very excited about the next group coming up. He said our younger levels have just been getting it done, and he said, yeah, it's no fun, 0-7, but he said we are very optimistic about the future, and like last year, they're in the playoff section where they have a chance to do some work.
Yeah, he was very excited about his youth program and his younger kids.
throwing on the run, and it's intercepted. Carmo picking this one off, now trying to weave his way back across the field. Carmo tripped up. Do have a marker down on the return. I think the interception will stand, but they probably will bring it back a bit.
Yeah,
Carmo, wow, that's a nice interception there.
That really was. And on the other side, Yoga Raja throwing kind of across his body. Jay couldn't really again get much on it as he's coming across. I actually thought he was going to tuck it and run.
Man, he was feeling the heat. There was pressure on him. He knew he was about to get hit as he threw that one.
Yeah, that's really a tough one when you're throwing across your body like that. And Cooper's going to benefit from it.
It is a blindside block. Oh, we had two. Looks like we had two blindside blocks called against Cooper. So I was going to say, why would they decline it? Well, it's actually, it's only one or the other accepted. So 15-yarder will move it back to the 47. As you get a look, as he's being pressured right here, stepping up, Yoga Raja hit as he throws. And that's just a heck of a theft, though, by Carmo. One hand on it and able to reel it in.
Really, nice athletic play by Carmo.
So Cooper snapping here at the 47. Connors forced back and almost broke through, but he's going to take a big loss on the play as Brixius and company getting to him. Boy, there was a lot of penetration there, and I guess in hindsight you might say Denari shouldn't have gone backward like that, but at first he thought he had a chance to get a little escapability out of there, as forced out by Fratellone.
Yep, and clearly Benilde's best defensive play of the night. What Cooper was trying to do there, they were trying to bring Jackson Howard across on what we call a wham block, and he totally whiffed. And then the red shirts just sort of took over from there, Jay.
And Max Wendt finishing him off there. So 2nd and 15 for Cooper. Things have gone pretty well for them for the most part offensively, but not that time. Fox dropping to throw. He's going to step up and run, and almost got out of there, but he'll get back to midfield. Wrapped up there by Will Seymour after he kind of broke through a little bit against Brian Banks.
Yeah, just a one-person route there, and he took a peek, and it wasn't open, and he decided, okay, I'll get what I can here. Probably a good decision.
Banks held on around the leg. I'll give him a half a tackle there, I think, along with Seymour coming up top. Going to be a 3rd down and long. This one seems to be taking some time here. I think Cooper's going to be in danger of having to burn a timeout, as they've been
Yeah, we'll watch the back judge here. He hasn't started his count yet. There we go.
Ooh, and it gets away from Fox on the snap, and it's recovered by the Red Knights. Pounced on there by Will Seymour. So Cooper, after looking pretty sharp on the first couple of drives, not so much on this one, as they had the loss on 1st down, and then on 3rd down, Fox never got the snap. And then it's in the middle of traffic, and Seymour, good hands, pounced on that one.
Boy, he really did. Pounce is the right word. And, you know, again, like Coach McMenemy was talking about before the game, you know, his kids haven't lost their spirit, even though they unfortunately haven't won a game yet. But he said they've hung in there week to week, and it kind of showed in that series, I thought, Jay.
Got an injury for Cooper, unfortunately, here, so. Hey, right, I think this sport, probably more than any high school sport, it can kind of wear on you and be discouraging if you're not winning, and it is good to see that we're still seeing so much effort on both these teams that have had difficult seasons on the, win-loss wise.
Yeah, yep, I'm sorry, really can.
Yeah, it's Princeton Wallace being helped to his feet there.
Seymour, by the way, is one of those 10th graders that Coach McMenemy's very high on. As we said, they 40% of their overall roster is made up of 10th graders. So the future looks pretty bright for Benilde, I think.
So they'll have it at the Cooper 49 after the fumble recovery by Seymour. Gonna swing it out in the flat, and a nice cut through the middle. Brown breaks a tackle, and he'll be wrapped up at the 30, a pickup of 19 as Khalif Brown, little slip screen there.
Yeah, just what we call a hot screen in the air raid offense. We highlighted Brown in the early going, and get the ball in your best player's hands.
And off here, Kalb stretching the jersey there as he is thrown down, but he will pick up very close to another first down here, I think. I'm going to give him a gain of 9 on that one.
Yeah, Benilde's starting to click a little bit here.
Going to go back to him here. Takes a pop, but he should have enough for the first down at the 20 there. He'll gain a couple.
Yeah, Jackson Howard put a smack on him, but he did pick up the first down.
So the Red Knights trying to get on the board here as we approach a minute to go in this first quarter. First down at the Cooper 20. And they'll come back to that little screen. Hitter this time gains a couple. Nice little safe play there, wrapped up by Lucas Johnson.
Right, and what you're hoping for, I think, on that play, Jay, is you get the ball in his hands and maybe he breaks a tackle and picks up some positive yards after the catch.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you get a safe play, you get usually at least 2 or 3, and which is what they ended up with there. And then you got the possibility of it going a little bit better. Second down and 8, a half minute to go in the quarter. And they go with the handoff, and safe to say that one went nowhere as Rafi Johnson-Nixon was deposited on the turf.
Yeah, little surprised by that call, especially with the way they've been kind of slinging the ball around, as you said in the pregame, but.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here, as Benilde doesn't need to run another play. We'll head to the other end to begin quarter 2. Great start for Cooper, but Benilde has a drive going. Our score after 1 is Cooper 14, Benilde nothing.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here as we change ends for quarter number 2, as Benilde trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery here. They do face a 3rd and long, though. 3rd and about 13 for the Red Knights.
Coming out in that trips formation again, and then singled up over there with Khalif Brown.
Here's a throw, and that one was nearly intercepted. They've already had a couple of picks. And Sam Massaquoi nearly grabbed another one. So 4th down, it looks like Benilde will be looking to try and add points via field goal. His hitter is their kicker as well. This will be a kick of about 40 yards, it looks like, as they.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a gimme, is it, Jay?
No, not for high school level, but we'll see. They had confidence. They went right to it. And he gets the kick away despite a good rush. However, it is wide to the right. Had enough leg, and there was a great rush by Cooper.
There was.
He got it up and out. And, even though he missed, you can see why they felt like he had the leg to do it, but just not quite able to put it through. I think he had to rush that one just a little bit perhaps as well. So Cooper able to hold after they fumbled the ball near midfield, and Benilde had a march going.
Yeah, they did. They got they had a little momentum going on their side, and but give Cooper credit. They stiffened up, and ball goes over.
Fox working under center here. Connors trying to cut it back, but he is wrapped up and brought down. Good penetration there by Banks.
Yeah, and their previous to that play, it looked like their left guard kind of got away with one there too. Jay kind of moved after the fact. Benilde was pointing it out, but it didn't get called. But they didn't need it anyway. Did a nice job defensively to get the loss.
So they have stiffened up a little bit after Cooper mowed through them pretty good the first few plays. 2nd down and 12 coming up here for the Hawks.
One of the adjustments they made, Jay, is they put another player in the box.
Fox throwing deep down the middle for Cager and incomplete. Splitting between a couple of defenders. Tough ball to sneak in there, although he was open.
Yes, he was.
But that far down the field, it required a pretty precise throw, and it just wasn't quite on target.
Yeah, he was going to split coming right down the seam, going to split those safeties as you pointed out.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 12 here. Those are the kind that even when they're not complete, though, the defense, it kind of loosens you up a little bit because you realize, okay, that guy can really run. I need to be ready for that next time.
Yeah. I've always liked those, especially I think early in the series is a good time, but really any time. And as you say, that can vertically stretch the defense a little bit. Nothing wrong with that at all.
So 3rd and 12 if you're Cooper here. You want the 1st down, but you also want to be careful with the ball. Uh-oh, Fox drops it. Now in some trouble, picks that up and runs it, and he'll be shoved out of bounds and force Cooper into a punting situation here. 2nd time that there's been a little bit of an issue with a low snap, and Fox trying to still survey the defense as he picked it up. Got the best that he could out of it. Oh, he didn't make it nearly as much yardage as I thought he might have.
Yeah, that snap really derailed that series. And
we did have a flag down. Okay. That's what we're looking on right now.
One of the things Coach Patterson talked to us before the game, too, Jay, was that Cooper needs to learn how to finish. And, those first couple drives, turnovers, etc., and looks like they're having everything their way, but now they're stumbling just a little bit here. But give Benilde some credit, too.
So he did gain where I thought he did, to the 25. So they declined the penalty, but it's going to leave them still at 4th and 5. And in this spot on the field, not too tough a decision, I don't think, for Benilde. And it'll be down by Howard here. Tried to sell it as though maybe Benilde touched it.
Touched it, yeah. First touch rule. Nice try.
But it'll be good field position here for the Red Knights, as they'll have it on about their 44 or 45 yard line here.
Yeah, and offensive football is again all about rhythm, and they had some rhythm and some nice things going on. So I hope, for Benilde, maybe they can pick up where they left off on their last series. Looks like they're coming out in their trips formation again, Jay.
I have no idea. Not impressed with the pace of the game from the officiating crew so far.
No.
I don't really know why it's taken so long to get everything set and ready for play here.
Right. Benilde was out there and ready, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yogaraja rolling to his right, floating it out there. Guggenberger's got it, and he's knocked out of bounds at about midfield here.
Yeah.
Gain of about 6.
Yeah, nice little route that by Benilde there. The 2 receivers release and almost kind of a semi-rub route there a little bit by Guggenberger and a nice ball by Yogajara.
Oh my goodness, Howard drilling Kalb after he broke through that first tackle.
And we got somebody down from Cooper.
Let's see.
Yeah, Cal broke that tackle, and then Jackson Howard almost broke him.
Watch him pop through there, and the penalty I think is going to be on Howard, although I don't know. Are we to the point where just hitting somebody too hard is a penalty now?
I didn't see targeting on that, but I thought he had his shoulder in there, Jay.
Injured player for Cooper is Andre Woods,
Who actually plays both offense and defense at times for Cooper. So well, at least he's up and making his way by his own power off the field. Yeah, I missed.
so they do march off 15 against Cooper, and I'm not buying it. This looked like a good hit.
Yeah.
So it'll be at the 34.
Got Khalif Brown in the slot up top on the trips formation.
Garage is going to step up, and then he is wrapped up. Oh, and then the lineman got fallen into there after sacked by Barrow. Looks like he's all right, though. The Benilde lineman, those are the kind you hate to see when somebody gets their legs rolled up on a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the protection just sort of broke down. You got about 2.2 or at the most 3 seconds, and can't hold on to it too long.
Second and 14 now. Good time this time. Yogaraja throwing over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Trying to find Brown, defended by Bailey.
Just threw it behind him, I think, Jay, on that one. Looking for the right guy, that's for sure. But again, Cooper's coverage has been pretty good this evening. Maybe except for that first series when Benilde was going down the field kind of like they wanted to. But other than that, Cooper's on the backside here. Cooper's playing pretty well pass defense.
So the 3rd and long. Now it breaks down a little bit, throwing deep into coverage, and this one will be picked off again, I think. Did he get it? Yes. Hanging on there was Mulba for the interception. Third pick of the night already now for Cooper. Although that does function as a punt almost there for them.
Does.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad gamble to take to give your guy a shot at making a play there.
No, it can work out that way. And but again, you're really thrown into coverage. And I looked ahead, and the young man had quite a bit of green in front of him if he wanted to run on that, Jay.
Mulba kind of bouncing off his own guy a little bit there. It looked like a painful landing. That's what I was wondering if he's, held onto the ball fully there, and he certainly did. So the bad news for Cooper, though, is it was at the 3-yard line. So they are going to have Fox in his own end zone receiving the snap, and they've had a couple that have made him have to reach down for it a little bit. Handing it off here to Connors.
It's a good guy to give it to give yourself a little breathing room out of there.
Yeah, and you always feel a little bit better when you at least get a little bit of breathing room like this and not be stuck with, where your feet are on the goal line or you're even in the end zone.
Right.
Got about 6 on that first down play.
Because I think even in high school, Jay, if you're in the end zone and there's holding, I think it's a safety.
Yeah, that's correct. Fox will hand it off again. Not too much room this time. Connors wrapped up.
Yeah, Benilde does a nice job there. Actually, Max Wendt, middle linebacker, I thought came up and denied him the first down.
Got a couple on the play, so I'll leave him with 3rd and about 3 here. And another situation where, sure, again, you'd like to drive all the way down the field and score, but at least getting 1 first down makes a difference in terms of if you, even if you do have to punt after that.
I think it's real important that Cooper gets this first down, Jay. As you said, if nothing else, give their punter maybe on the next series a little bit more room to work.
Go right back to Connors, and he will have the first down.
Yeah, nice job, nice job, and a nice push by Cooper's O-line on that one. They really surged forward on that one. And again, just nothing tricky, just kind of big on big. Sometimes they go a little bit unbalanced, and Denari Connors running behind it. As they say, running behind his pads really well.
I like the way he really got upfield there, too. I mean, there's something to be said for patience, but there's also when you need 3rd and 3, the most important thing is getting those 3.
Yeah, and sometimes the back has to be patient. Sometimes he has to hit that hole right away.
Fox throwing deep for Cager over the middle, and this time he's connected. Cager falling down at just short of midfield at about the 48.
Really nice ball by Fox to Cager. Played a little bit of catch there on kind of a skinny post situation, and Fox to Cager, and now they're really rolling here.
Similar to one they tried to hit on a little bit earlier. Back to the ground. Connors bounced away from the first wave, but is still stopped after only about a yard or 2 there.
I think one of the things we talked about a little bit in the pregame too, when we saw Fox earlier in the year, he's really throwing the ball. I think sort of much improved. I thought the way he's spinning the ball right now. He's doing a nice job of passing the football.
Yeah, that first game of theirs we had, let's just say virtually nothing went right for them in that loss to Armstrong, and
well, that's
had
right.
to turn the page in a hurry on that one. Fox will swing it out to the right side. And Carmo breaking through the first tackler and then brought down there by Wendt. See how far they'll give him along that sideline.
Nice job by Fox again, putting it up right out in front Carmo, and then, as you said, breaking maybe 2 or 3 tackles to get almost to the first down marker.
Well, Carmo's a linebacker too, and he kind of ran like it on that play, it seemed like, didn't he? I mean, he really got the pad level down.
He really did.
So 3rd down and a yard as we're under 5.5 to play here in the first half. 14-0 Cooper. They scored on a 65-yard run on their first play from scrimmage.
Cooper's starting to play some real nice complementary football right now too, Jay. Passing and running the football.
Back to Connors, and the Red Knights all over that one as David Birch was there along with Judah Johnson-Nixon. And they will stop him for a short loss on the play. And I think Cooper's going to use a timeout here. It's going to be 4th and 2 coming up here for the Hawks.
Yeah, and I think we're in 4-down territory here for Cooper, but particularly when you got a running back like Connors. Picked up a nice first down earlier in this drive, and maybe come back to that play. We'll see.
Big situation here defensively for Benilde, as early on they were kind of getting shredded, but have certainly stepped it up since then. And
yeah, they really have. They've done it. Yeah, they've done a nice job defensively here.
Be interesting to see if Cooper sticks with power football and says, you know what, they stopped that last one, but I don't think they can do it again, or if you throw in a little wrinkle there.
Right. We'll see where they line up Jackson Brown. That'll probably tell us quite a little bit here. I'm watching or Jackson Howard. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Jackson Brown's a little old to be playing high school
Jackson
football.
Brown. That's a musical situation there, right? Yeah. Well, and he's right out here as the lead blocker too.
Going to go back to Connors, running behind Howard. He bounced through a tackle, and he will get the first down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds eventually there by Eddie Wolf, but one guy had a shot at him, but he didn't have a real clean chance to get him, and Connors shook him off rather easily there.
Well, and as we said, in the pregame, Denari's a very, very nice back, very smooth, and sees the field well. Has some real nice jump cuts when he needs to, and then of course you got Jackson Howard you're running behind.
Handoff this time going to Randy Smith, and not much.
Flag comes in too on that one, Jay. Probably holding, I'm thinking.
Got only about a yard, but it looks like, yep, it's going to be a hold on the Hawks. The 3rd time that there's been a holding flag. One of them was declined. That led to a 4th down, but obviously they'll take this one.
Yeah, that flag came in quick too, Jay, so must have been pretty obvious.
I think sometimes, you're blocking, you get it in your head that, okay, this is the block I need to make. And sometimes it can be something as simple as the defensive player is a little outside of where you want him to be or think he should be, so you reach out and lock on.
Yeah, usually it's the reaching that gets you in trouble if you're an O-lineman.
Fox looking deep, now scrambling, he'll tuck it and trots out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage here.
What I did like about that play with Fox, so he kept his eyes downfield the whole time, Jay. And so if someone did free up, he was going to go to them. But credit the Benilde defense, and nobody was really open, so he did the right thing.
Got about a yard on that carry there, so they'll be at the 44 and a 2nd down and 18 or 19 here. Two receivers each way here. Fox drops it again. Now he's going to step up and go with it. And takes a pop. Coming up to meet him first there for Benilde was Fratellone, and then got help from behind. That one I think definitely was not on the center. Fox dropped that one on his own.
That was on the quarterback, Jay. Yeah. Maybe took his eye off of it right at the last moment there, whatever. There was nothing wrong with that snap at all. Yeah, right in his hands. Actually picked up some pretty good yardage, though, given the situation.
The 3rd and 13 coming up here for Cooper as we've ticked under 4 minutes to play now in this first half. Cooper maintaining a 14-0 lead. Trying to extend this drive here on 3rd and long. Fox throwing, and he's got Howard. Howard bulldozing over a tackler, and he's in for the touchdown. Jackson Howard on the receiving end will take it in for the score. 38-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was just blown. I mean, Howard just goes right up the seam, Jay, and Fox goes to him. Obviously going to the right guy there, and just not sure if that was blown coverage or whatever, but Howard goes right up the seam for the score.
And you knew once he got the first 35 or so that he wasn't going to let that safety bring him down there.
No, he wasn't. He was not going to be denied.
Garcia on for the extra point, and we got flags flying here. Turned out to be
kind of a low kick.
Yeah, not a very good kick. Cooper might actually get a benefit if, let's see, the call presumably is against them. No, it was offside against Benilde. So they'll retry here.
So Cooper will benefit from that one.
Cooper's had a little trouble blocking on these extra points, it feels like, too. There's been penetration actually on both ways.
Looks like Jackson Howard is their snapper also, Jay.
Garcia this time much smoother operation, and he will boot it through. So 3:21 to go in the second quarter, and Cooper's lead grows now to 21-0, courtesy of this play, the touchdown strike to Howard.
Yeah, he would, as you said, he was going to power into that end zone on this one. Nice pass protection, by the way, from the Cooper offensive line.
Ooh, now that is a stiff arm.
Yeah, it is. And Fox had plenty of time to set his feet, spy Howard, and get him the football. Boy, you get a player like a Jackson Howard. You can do so many things with a guy like him, can't you? Move him around, blocker, receiver, snapper, linebacker.
Yeah, and theirs is an offense that typically hadn't been a very tight end heavy offense. I think they've kind of found other ways to get him involved in, and defense is his main thing college-wise, and but you know, able to get some utilization out of him as an offense. But I've seen him in practice, and the guy has great hands for a kid that size, or just has great hands, period. I mean, and they were able to utilize him in the pass game right there.
Well, and I think, as you were saying earlier too, I think it was a good idea to put him at linebacker.
Here is another great kick by Garcia, chasing him back into about the 2, and all they'll get to is the 13. This has really gone well for Garcia, doing the job as a kickoff guy. And of all the things you think about in a game, like, okay, what's the key thing? That's pretty low on the list, but hey, that's a valuable thing.
It really is, and it sets your defense up so well. These ground ball kicks by Garcia has really put Benilde in quite a hole, except for the very first drive. or the very first kick when they had that middle return. But since then, they've had to kind of dig themselves. Well, field position has definitely been gone Cooper's way.
Yogaraja has been picked off 3 times already in this first half. Looking to throw here, he'll swing it out and completes it. Little screen across the middle.
Yeah, a little tunnel screen. I like what Yogaraja did that time. He kind of looked left, and came back to the right. Nice job by Yogaraja on that.
Jack Schull, the recipient. We do have a Benilde player down. Unfortunately, there is Tommy Staples is not getting up.
One of those 10th graders, Jay. Yeah, that basically was kind of garden variety tunnel screen on that one.
Scholl got about 5 yards on that play, as we'll try and see if we can see what happens to Staples. He's kind of tied up trying to block Howard, and then it must have been a leg the way he went down, but boy, he really kind of just fell hard right there, like something really bothered him.
Behind the play too, right? Well, looks like he's gonna make it up. Yeah, here we go. It's a little woozy, but making his way.
Yeah, actually, I thought at first it might have been a leg, but it doesn't look like it now. Let's see if. So 2nd down and 5 for the Red Knights. 3:01 to go here in this second quarter. And now they'll wind the clock as we get back and ready for play.
Looks like Cooper's gonna, well, no, they drop back in coverage.
Kalb taking the handoff on the sweep left. Keeps the legs driving up the sideline, and he will have the first down.
Yeah, Kalb does a nice job of picking his way through there, Jay. He's a nice back. He's definitely a nice back for a senior, and picking his way and picking up the first down. I think the one thing you have to guard against when you're an air raid team is you can get a little pass happy at times. And, don't forget about, if you have a light box, run the football.
.28 to go back to Kalb, and some room up the middle, breaks through a tackle. And then wrapped up, but he'll be out to about the 40-yard line. Another first down, so Benilde getting it done on the ground on back-to-back plays here.
And that's exactly what they're doing, Jay. Cooper's got basically, they're rushing 3 people, so we've got 5 on 3 in terms of the blocking pattern, and that's why the Red Knights are getting a little rushing rhythm going here.
He wrapped up there by Mulba, but not until he was downfield a ways. Here's Kalb this time, not going to go anywhere, as he was thrown to the turf there by Carmo. Breaking through to make a tackle for loss there.
Yeah, they blitzed Carmo on that one and kind of took care of that play.
That's his second big stop. And also done some good things in the pass game himself, so 2nd down and 15 now for Benilde. They don't need to be in a big hurry, but time's something you start to look at a little bit as we're down to a minute 45.
Yeah, they got all 3 of their timeouts. One of the stats I'm looking at for Carmo.
Yogaraja drops it. Looks like Benilde will get it back, but it'll be another loss of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah.
That can be a drive killer there.
Yeah, especially on top of that loss that they just had with Carmo making that play. I just took a peek at Carmo's stats too, Jay. 57 tackles. I mean, he's in on a lot of plays defensively.
There you see, that was again a very good snap.
Right.
And he was just starting to pull out, and that's quarterback. You're obviously talking to them about reading the defense, looking with the head, and sometimes that can happen. Oops. And that'll be Cooper jumping. Still going to be 3rd and a mile, but helps Benilde out a little bit there.
Yep. That's what they call the freeze play in the air raid offense. And again, the D lineman obviously not watching the football and going on sound or whatever, and they pick up an easy 5. They need a lot more than that, of course, but.
Yeah, we were talking about Benilde. Now they want to use time, because if you don't make it here, you're in a spot where you don't want to give Cooper the ball back with any time to speak of. Yogaraja under pressure, throwing over the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands. Looked like a pretty decent throw that time, but Guggenberger not able to hold on as the defender got in and bothered the catch anyway there, but it looked like, I mean, they wouldn't have had the first down anyway, but it would have helped field position-wise a little bit.
Would have been a little bit short. Yogaraja stuck it right in there, but unfortunately, Guggenberger just couldn't hang on to it, Jay.
Hitter coming on to punt. Gurley back deep.
Looks like Benilde's bringing another. Now they got the requisite number of people on the punt team. Oh my!
Hitter gets it out of there despite a pretty good rush. Big high hop. Ooh, and Gurley wrapped up and thrown down. Good kick coverage there by Jack Scholl for Benilde. Ooh, and then tempers flaring a little bit there. Flag comes in at the end.
Yeah, and as I watched that too, there was the edge rusher for Cooper. Looked like he was right there too, Jay. And I'd have to, obviously see that one again. But looked like he could have maybe stepped in and actually blocked that one. Maybe he was afraid he was going to rough the kicker.
Yeah, Hitter was fortunate that he had his body kind of turning to go to the right with it. And looks like we're going to have offsetting personal fouls here. That's when you're not certain who started it. That's kind of what you usually end up with.
Right.
People involved. So offsetting personal fouls there. Cooper will have it at about the 23. You see the tackle made right there. And they're okay.
Oh yeah, that's what's behind the play there.
Yeah, you couldn't really see the. Yeah. So Cooper now, probably not with this lead. I don't think you're going to be gambling too much late here. They'll hand it off to Connors, and he is wrapped up immediately by Banks. And then Benilde actually is going to use a quick timeout.
Yep.
Not really sure.
Well, they got all 3 of them, and
yeah, you're right. And might end up making them punt.
Yep. Stranger things have happened, and why not? You can't take them with you. Yeah, and you're right. If nothing else, if you can force a punt from Cooper, maybe you put your punt block team in there and come up with something. Wheels are turning.
Cooper led 14-0 after one. A pair of Denari Connors touchdown runs. The first one, 65 yards on the first play from scrimmage that they had, and then finished a drive with a 1-yard run later in the quarter. And then Jackson Howard, a 38-yard reception from Fox. Put them up 21-0 here in the second.
Looks like the same formation again. Pretty much the same play.
And here's Connors breaking one. And he'll be tripped up at about the 39-yard line. I was thinking, boy, that one really might come back to bite Benilde if that one would have gone all the way after you used the timeout when Cooper was looking like they were pretty much just going to run out the clock. And now that is what they are going to do. We will tick down to zeros here. So Cooper looking for its second win of the season, and they have a good lead at halftime here. Our score at halftime is Cooper 21, Benilde-St. Margaret's nothing. We'll have first half highlights and stats and then more football for you here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Benilde and Grillin' Burgers here on this week number 8 of the high school football season. They smell really good from way up here in the booth.
They do.
It's a first half deficit of 21-0 for the Red Knights here as Cooper leading it here. Jay Wilcox, Joe Basil with you here from Benilde-St. Margaret's as we take a look at highlights from this opening half. And after Benilde had the ball first, Cooper takes over, and the first play is a sweep to Denari Connors, breaks a tackle, and then there's nobody in front. He goes 65 yards for a touchdown, so the Hawks went up quickly 7-0.
Kind of set the tone for the first half there a little bit, I think, too, Jay.
And this one of 3 picks for them as Malba getting a couple of them, dropping back to intercept that one. And then Fox firing here. They almost get in on this one, as Cook is cut down at the 1, and Connors finishes off the drive with a little power run off right tackle there. So it's about 4.5 to go in the first quarter. It was 14-0 Cooper. At that point, it looked like they might really blow it open, but Benilde stiffened up and played a little bit better. But this another interception here, and this one was sweet. That was a great grab by Emmanuel Carmo, and coming back with it here. There was a penalty on the return, but still the interception stands for the Hawks. And they turned it over, though, in turn as it went off Howard's knee, and a great job, or excuse me, Fox's knee, and Seymour recovering it. And then another deep throw here, Yogaraja trying to just throw it up, give his receiver a chance, and guess who? Malba picking off another one. 2 INTs in the first half for him, 3 total for Cooper. And then Cooper coming back, and it is Jackson Howard on the receiving end, a stiff arm inside the 5. He's in for a 38-yard touchdown from Fox, and that makes it 21-0 here in favor of Cooper. As you see, they've had the better of things overall. They've held Benilde pretty well in check, and obviously the turnovers, the big thing really for Benilde with those 3 interceptions. Cooper being hurt certainly by penalties. That's one thing they'd like to clean up a little bit in the second half of football. Still plenty of time to go in this one. Regular season finale here. As we said, they're grilling in a big way here at Benilde. 21-0 Hawks. We'll be right back here to St. Louis Park.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
And we are about set for second half action here as Elliot Hitter has the football on the tee for Benilde, getting set to kick it away as Cooper will get the ball first. Already leading it by a score of 21-0. Cager and Gurley waiting back deep here for the Hawks. Hitter, a low liner, going to be fielded on about the 5. Cager coming up the middle and has some good room, and he'll be out just shy of the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
That's one of those kicks too, Jay, where it gets there in a hurry and gives the return guy plenty of opportunity to get going north-south the other way.
Yeah, if you're Hitter, you're hoping it doesn't take that nice clean bounce like that, but that time it happened to do so, and those aren't always that easy to catch. But Cager, being a receiver, and just kind of looked it in, and you're right, he had some room to get himself moving before the defense was anywhere close. So Cam Fox and crew getting started here at the 39. Connors taking that first down handoff, and he is slammed down. A host of Red Knights there, Bryce Comerford and Max Wendt among the guys leading the charge. So earlier on, Cooper was kind of pretty dominant in the ground game, but then they've definitely stepped it up defensively here and limited Connors, although he still did have 115 yards rushing in that first half, but 65 of them coming on one play.
Right. And that's the second time Cooper has tried that wham play with Jackson Howard, really with no success. So
2nd and 11. Fox will turn and hand it to Connors, and he is tripped up. Nice stop there by Seymour for the Red Knights. And it'll be a short gain on the play. It'll leave him with 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and as you said, there's Benilde has done a reasonably good job, I think, of Connors got loose early, and then of course we had the seam route with Jackson Howard and the turnovers. But Benilde doing a pretty nice job here on D right now.
3rd and 9 for Cooper. Fox. And now protection breaks down, and he is dumped. Sacked on the play by Carson Ray.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job of Ray getting in there, getting loose, and a little bit concerned there the way Fox was holding the ball, Jay, that he kind of had the ball out there a little bit, and
yeah, you're right.
Fortunate to be able to hang on to that.
He never really tucked it, did he?
No, he did not.
David Duran on to punt here. Back deep for the Red Knights is DeAndre Mayaka. Gets it out of there and drills it over his head. And this one will take a good Cooper bounce as well inside the 20. What a 44-yard punt there when all's said and done.
Yep. And that's unfortunate, too, that the Benilde punt returner didn't at least try to get over there and maybe even fair catch it, or because you get those rolls, and those are yards that your offense then has to make up.
And I think they probably, with help from the coaches there, underestimated how far that punt was going to travel there. I think it would have been a bit of a gamble to try and catch it on the fly based on where he was, though. From the 18 here, looking at little slip screen and a little room to run, and well covered up eventually for the Hawks, but Hitter will pick up about 8 or so on that play.
Yeah, and there's that tunnel screen that they tried before. This time actually picked up, I think, more positive yardage than they did before on that tunnel screen. Again, another kind of copyrighted play from the air raid. Cal
will take the handoff here, and the ball comes out. and they keep scrambling. It looks like Kalb got back on top of it. 2 Cooper guys were there, but neither could squeeze it. And it's actually the back Kalb who will get back on it.
How did he? I wonder how he did that. I'm not sure. I saw him go down. I thought maybe they might even call him down, and then he springs back up, and
you see it comes out right there. Yeah, he was close to being down, but they did not blow it dead. And then 2 Cooper guys actually fight over it. Thrown out in the flat. Ooh, and that one had collision written all over it. Mulba getting out there to make a stop. It's going to be a short loss, I think, as they hit Brown on the throw.
Yeah, they tried the what the air raid calls a smoke screen or a hot screen on that, and Cooper's actually defended this particular pass play pretty good tonight.
Yeah, that hitter kind of a helpless feeling there, knowing that, I didn't get my block, and he's probably going to make this tackle.
And that's Mulba, too, who's just a ball hawk.
Yeah, he's had a good night for sure, huh?
He really has.
Thrown toward the sideline for Brown. And that'll be incomplete, so they have struggled to get consistency. I mean, they've had a play here and there that you really like, but just not quite able to kind of string enough together.
Right. Definitely going to the right guy there. But 3rd and 13. Boy, you get behind the sticks. It's kind of been their night tonight.
Yogaraja on the move. He's going to throw it on the run, and incomplete. As Scholl looked like he was going to have that one, and then took the hit and couldn't bring it in. Blabu there defensively. Wait a minute.
I was wondering if
there's no way he didn't catch this ball. No, it wasn't even close to a catch.
No.
Yeah, now they will rule it incomplete.
Yogaraja, I think, was dangerously close to being over the line of scrimmage.
That's what I was thinking too. I thought he had to have been right at it, if not over.
Right at the line, I think. Yeah.
That's a good job by the officials to get together. I'm thinking, I was watching it. I mean, we had a good vantage point up here, and he never had that ball. Hitter on to punt. Gurley waiting back deep here for the Hawks.
We'll see if Cooper comes after this one, or they just go with kind of a punt safe situation. It looks like they're, maybe they're going, no.
Gets away a good kick, fair catch called, I thought, by Gurley. It looked like he waved his hand, but they'll allow the return, it appears. Didn't he put his hand up there like a little?
I thought he did.
Another look here. Does Gurley do enough that this looks like a fair catch signal?
That usually gets called.
Yeah, I would have thought. Well, and it becomes a safety thing too, because you don't want those guys drilling somebody who thinks that he's made a fair catch signal.
Right. Actually, Benilde did a pretty good job of responding. I think they thought he fair caught it as well.
Yeah, Coach McMenemy right now making that signal like, come on, wasn't it? So from the 32, and now we will get a flag flying here before this one can get started. Unsportsmanlike called against the Benilde bench, I think. And Coach McMenemy.
I can read his lips. He's saying for what? For what?
Interesting.
It did come from the Benilde sideline, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy closest to Sean is the one who threw that, so that,
right.
I think that must be what it was. So that's actually their first penalty of the game. Here's Connors taking the handoff, bursting through a hole. Nice gainer there. And even though it was a long ways away, Seymour, you could almost say, might have made a touchdown-saving tackle there.
And that was almost the first time where it almost looked like an RPO from Cooper on that one, Jay. The quarterback kind of riding and deciding, and then giving it to Denari Connors on that one.
Picked up 9, but Seymour saved a much bigger gain there. So 2nd and a yard now from the Benilde 44. Cooper, right now, they would love to put together a good drive and maybe kind of somewhat put this one out of reach.
Right.
They're up 3 scores now and would love to add to it.
This is the offensive coordinator's dream here too, Jay. 2nd and 1. You got plenty to go with in your playbook on this one.
Fakes it to Connors, now throwing, and the catch made by Bailey. Nice stop there by Miaka, but it'll be easily enough for the first down here, obviously, for Cooper, as they'll pick up about a dozen on the play.
Yep, Fox doing a nice job getting the ball, with something on it. And to Bailey making a nice catch and moving the sticks. Complimentary football. Again, I looked at the stats at halftime. Very nice job by Cooper, rushing the ball and passing it tonight.
Here's Connors, has some room as he bounces it outside. There's a flag down. This one might be coming back here, I suspect.
Yeah, there's that RPO action again that we really haven't. We didn't see that in the first half from Cooper. It's worked. It's worked both times. This one's coming back, but.
Be a hold call against the Hawks. And you'll see those, obviously, on a play when somebody bounces to the outside, you're not necessarily expecting, you have your back to your running back and you don't know that he's going out that way, and that can lead to that a little bit. I'm not making excuses or anything, but it's just
right.
A fact of how football sometimes is. But again, the fact that it happened downfield doesn't hurt them as much because it's a spot foul.
Right. Well, we got trips out here by Cooper. 3-by-1 on this one.
So 1st and 13, which you don't see terribly often, is what we have.
No.
Fox going to run some option this time, and then he pitches it late to Connors. And a nice gainer there. First time we've really seen that full look, although they've been kind of hitting into it in these last previous plays.
Yeah, so they're starting to open up the playbook a little bit here, run a little RPO, a little option football, getting ready for the playoff. And actually, any team that's scouting Cooper tonight gives them something to think about when you're going to go up against Cooper.
Now at the Red Knights 22, 1st down and 10 for Cooper.
There's Jackson Howard on the wing, the left wing here. We'll see if they run that wham play. Oh no, he's lined up as a tight end this time.
Bobbled exchange, and Connors has to pick it up, and then he is knocked out of bounds as Fox trying to hand it off, and they weren't really on the same page there.
They kind of had 2 or 3 of those tonight, Jay. Either via snap or just not handling the snap, taking their eye off of the snap.
And you see, he tried to give it to Connors, and he turned around and.
Yeah, that was just the mesh between the quarterback and the running back, I think.
No, 2nd down and 12 for Cooper. Had plenty of good plays, but enough mistakes for a coach to say, okay, we still got some sharpening to do here for the playoffs. Fox dropping to throw, now steps up, and he is going to be dropped. Unable to squeeze his way through there as he's brought down by Ray again.
I thought he might be able to, again, his eyes were downfield nicely, but I thought he might be able to wriggle through for some positive yardage, but Benilde closed really well and rallied to the football on that one, Jay.
Third sack of the night for BSM here. So Cooper facing another 3rd down and long, although obviously here in 4-down territory, so you might not necessarily look to try and get it all at once here.
Kind of a 2-by-2 situation for Cooper on this one.
Fox looking left. Now he'll tuck it up and run. Fox making a move, trying to spin forward. He'll be short of the 1st down, but he does gain some yardage. Fratellone stuck with it there and got him. And now we'll get a flag at the end of the play.
Some extracurriculars again here.
Looks like this, well, wait and see, but it kind of looked like it could be. Yeah, we'll just wait and see for the call here, I guess. I think it might be against Cooper.
They seem to be facing that way, don't they? I think a Red Knight kind of got knocked on his fanny late there. Willie Howard pleading his case.
It is a personal foul against the Hawks.
Hmm.
80 yards and penalties tonight against Cooper. That does not help.
No, that's not good. That's not good going into the playoffs. You don't want to be doing this.
And it's going to be 4th down here, I think, too, Joe, because they ruled it a dead ball that the play had already occurred.
You're right.
I thought that was the last signal that he gave was, fist up for 4th down. So a double whammy there.
I'll tell you what, though, Cooper's done a pretty nice job on some of these long 3rd and long, 4th and long. So I wouldn't necessarily count him out on this one.
4th and 20. Fox rolling to his right. Another flag down. 2 flags. Fox running it here, and he will be knocked down well short. I think Benilde will end up, this is presumably going to be another hold, or just decline that, I would think.
Well, the first one was definitely a hold, I think, Jay, the way it came in and where it came in.
No. So one hold was declined, yeah. I think they might have spotted the same thing, and they just said, well, okay, I'm going to, as he starts to get out to the right. So Benilde will get it on downs here.
And ball goes over.
Yeah, you see it at the right tackle spot there. Got a little grip on it, looks like. Yeah, maybe they weren't throwing the bottom line. Either way, they're declining this penalty.
Right.
The one thing for Benilde, I mean, obviously when it's 4th down, you're probably going to decline it. However, they're not getting the ball in nearly as good a field position as they maybe could have if they had taken that penalty and then, got an incompletion or whatever.
Yeah, see where it goes from there. That's right.
Throw over the middle. Guggenberger with the catch, and he is knocked down, converged on there by Bailey and Howard, but it'll be a nice gainer.
Yeah, nice little. That's called the mesh play in the air raid offense, where you get 2 receivers kind of crossing, and Guggenberger was the one that he picked out.
Got about 15 on that play. Kalb taking the handoff here and stopped after a fairly short gain there by Jalen Hayes.
And I think Kalb, he picked up maybe 4 on that one. You'll take 4 yards. Got trips over here on the near side.
Kalb running sweep to the left. Oh, and Howard drills him.
Boy, that is a drill job too, right there.
Did pick up about 3 more though.
Yeah,
but paid the price.
He sure did. He looked like he was well on his way, and then here comes Jackson Howard scraping down as a linebacker.
Oof. Another punishing hit delivered by Howard there, but it will be enough for the 1st down. Kalb right now saying, I don't know if this is worth it.
Yeah.
No, he did a good job.
He did. Calb's really showing some toughness, I think, too, Jay. And I mean, he knows he knows number 11 is out there somewhere. It's a nice job by Calb.
Ooh, and it slips through the hands, and then just covering it up there is Yogaraja, and obviously that doesn't help your drive much, as it will lose big here. About 11-yard loss. Just slipped through his hands.
Yeah, and that's happened. I think that's happened at least one time before. That's unfortunate for Benilde, because as you said, wow, that backs it up. You don't want to say it's a drive killer, but it's 2nd and 20. Not a lot of plays for 2nd and 20. Try to maybe get 8 or 10 of it back right here.
Yogaraja stepping into the throw. It is complete. And then forced out of bounds there is Scholl.
Yeah.
So they'll get back the loss and then a little bit more. Got about a dozen there.
Yeah, kind of a deep out, or sort of a deep out to Scholl that time. Nice ball by Yogaraja on that one, and again, in good pass protection too as well. You can't understate that.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Red Knights. Yogaraja throwing over the middle, and a nice leaping catch, as held on to there by Guggenberger despite taking a little bit of a hit.
Yeah. Benilde getting a little rhythm going here, Jay. And again, it all starts with the pass protection, and nice ball by Yogaraja, and he's starting to spread the ball around. And it opens up the run game.
Calb on the run there.
Yeah.
Carmo takes him down hard, but again, a nice gainer, as they've really gotten some rhythm here on this drive.
They really have. Using the pass to set up the run.
And Cooper's going to use a timeout, and probably not a bad one there. Just, they're kind of back on their heels, scrambling to get in position and everything, right. and they are going to use the timeout.
Yeah, to kind of reset, regroup a little bit, and as you said, Benilde with a little rhythm. Probably the maybe. Well, let's don't forget it was 2nd and 20, and they picked that up. So. Still got a pretty good hill to climb here, Benilde, but they have the rest of the 3rd and all of the 4th.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one, and I think it feels like for Benilde, you take away a few big plays and they're right there. However, obviously, you don't get to discard those big plays.
Right.
Cooper made them, and credit to them. But, when you look at just the game as a whole, it doesn't feel like Benilde's played too bad a game.
And I think what happens, too, Jay, on the air raid, especially when you're in what they call NASCAR mode, where you're really going fast. I don't want to say Cooper's getting tired or necessarily, but sometimes your defense starts to suffer a little bit. And maybe you're not quite as on the game.
2nd and a couple. Yogaraja throwing deep down the middle of the field and just off the fingertips.
Boy, he went to the right guy, and Khalif Brown almost comes up with this ball here, Jay. Just hits off his hands late.
Bailey there defensively. Again, pretty good coverage, but this ball had a small window, and they almost got it done.
They did. They almost hooked up. And again, I think you're going to your playmaker here. Nice job. Yogaraja standing right in there. I was impressed with the way he stood in there against the rush that time.
Well, the handoff to Calb, trying to bounce it around the edge. Ball came out late, but it wrapped up there by Hayes.
Yeah, nice little, actually I thought Calb, a little stutter step there, but Yeah, Cooper rallied to the ball and was able to stop it.
So it'll leave him with 4th and a yard here.
This is where the D-line for Cooper has to really watch the ball, because they're going to want to try to pull him off sides. Not many in the box for Cooper.
They are going to run it. Cal fighting. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he did either, Jay.
They're able to hold him off, and it looks like he's might be shaken up as well.
I think so.
He tried to cut it up, and it looks like maybe he got his ankle caught underneath him a little bit there. Officials timeout for the injury.
Mm-hmm. They ran kind of a power play that time, but Cooper just stuffed the Benilde guard, and that kind of took care of the rest of the play. Well, Cal has definitely earned his money tonight, Jay, and you got to give the kid a lot of credit. He's running hard. He is their run game.
Yeah, he did a good job actually breaking the first tackle, but then rest of the pursuit able to get there, and Lucas Johnson finishing him off there. They haven't really made a definitive signal. They may still end up measuring here, but to me it appears as though it's short.
Yeah, sightline wise it looks short. I don't know if they're gonna bring the...
Yeah, looks. I may have just looked away while the injury is happening. Maybe they did signal. Looks like Cooper's offense is out there now, so it indeed is Cooper football. So a big stop there for Cooper after Benilde had one of its better drives of the night going.
And as you said, that a really good timeout, I think, allowed Cooper to kind of regroup there a little bit and get back on D.
Might be the last play of the quarter here. Handoff going to Denari Connors, and to the outside, slips through a tackle and into Benilde territory. And he will have a first down and more as he rips off a gain of 20.
Yeah, Denari just cruising out there on the right side.
And that is going to do it for our third quarter of play. So no scoring in the third. We'll head to the fourth quarter. Cooper 21, Benilde 0.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
See the score by quarters there. Cooper 14-0 after 1, 21-0 at the half, and then no scoring for either team. In the third, we switch ends here and go to quarter number 4. Cooper has the football at the Benilde 49-yard line after that run of 20 by Connors. Got Howard in the backfield here. Kind of an offset eye.
Yep, kind of a power eye. You're right. Offset eye, power eye situation.
Fox looking to throw, now spins out of there, and he will run it. And brought down. There's a flag down in the backfield here.
Starting to become a little bit of a trend here for Cooper, Jay.
Looks like this might be a blindside block, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
And so another personal foul. They're just shy of 100 yards in penalties tonight.
Yeah, and then I'm not saying this game is done by any means, but boy, in a closer game, that can really, really, really hurt you.
They'll be all the way back to their 33. 28 yards to go now. First and 28 now for Cooper.
Cooper receiver here, and he's not set yet. We're not sure. There goes Jackson Howard on the wing, or no, back to tight end again.
Fox will turn and hand it off here. Here's some room to run for Connors. Slips a tackle, keeps on going, and he's going to get a lot of that penalty yardage back all the way to the 45.
Boy, he sure did.
22-yard gain.
There was a moment there, Jay, when I thought he was going to get all of it back.
See a nice gap to run through, and then Connors does a nice job of kind of picking his way through there.
If someone set the edge really, really, I didn't get a number unfortunately, but someone set the edge really, really nice over there for Cooper to allow Connors to keep going and pick up all those yards.
With the toss to Connors, cutting it up hard and has room to run. Nice tackle by Cal, but not until he'd ripped off another nice gainer there.
Yep. He's really piling up the yards, isn't he? I mean, yeah, they're really starting to go to him now, and of course eating clock as well.
About 13 more there, so fresh set of downs for Cooper from the 32 now of Benilde.
You know, and if they can sustain this drive, stay away from the penalties, sustain this drive, they can virtually put this game away at maybe 27-28 zip. I feel like the Benilde defense has been on the field quite a bit too, Jay.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. And let's see. Timeout taken by Cooper there.
And we're going to give Denari Connors a little bit of a blow on that one. I think I saw Randy Smith in the backfield there on that one, Jay.
I'm not sure if they were felt they were running out of time or just didn't have the personnel they wanted there, but obviously not a bad idea to take the timeout if needed, as you look playoffs section 5. And Cooper was talking with Coach Patterson a little bit before the game, and they still have a pretty strong chance to be up, you know, like a 3 seed, even though they don't have a very good record. But most of the other teams in the section don't have a very good record either. So
right.
It's only a 5-team section, and not just specific to this case or their section, but I'm starting to feel like there's too many classes, or they're not divvied up well when you've only got 5 teams in a section. That's just not right.
Right.
And 2 games and be in the state tournament, not.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
No, and that's what whoever has the bye, which is going to be Armstrong. Here's Fox rolling out, throws complete. Ooh, a nice job to finish that tackle off. Cager almost broke through it, but Fratellone got enough of him to get him on the ground.
Right. Yeah, just a little basic rollout. Cager makes a little bit of an out move here, makes some positive yardage.
Yeah, if this tackle doesn't get made, he's going to pick up another 10 or so. You know, he didn't fully wrap up to get him right down immediately, but got enough of him.
And a nice safe play, too, by Cooper.
Second down and a couple here. Cam Fox and the Hawks, as Joe said, maybe trying to kind of put the final nail in the coffin here as if they could go up 4 scores. Here's Smith hitting the handoff, breaks a tackle. Ooh, and then he took a good pop from Max Wendt, but it will be enough for the first down.
Mm-hmm. You get Smith in the game here. Give Denari Connors a much-deserved break.
He ran through that first tackle, and then Wendt came up and gave him a good pop. But again, for Cooper, I've talked about this in previous games. In some ways, this is almost better. A drive that takes some time rather than, you know, you take a score anyway, you get it. But this is harder on the defense when they have to keep defending. Clock keeps running. You're slowly but surely bleeding them down the field.
And most O-linemen will tell you, too, they would rather run block than pass block anyway. So
yeah, you get to be the aggressor a little bit there.
Right.
And it's the delay of game call here against Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know if they were just in the huddle too long there, or the play just didn't get in time. I'm not sure about on that one, Jay. Coach Howard's like giving it the let's go, let's roll here. That's the other thing too. If you don't, I mean, I've seen teams pick up a second delay a game if you don't get up there and get the play called and get set.
Smith taking the handoff here, and he'll be back to about the original line of scrimmage as he gets to the 20 or so. Just shy of the 20, so we'll call it 2nd and 11 here.
And as you said, this is really tough on the defense. A little bit of a helpless situation because they're just starting to grind you a little bit.
Back on the ground is Smith here up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the first down.
Nice job of Smith with finding that hole and positive yardage again, getting through it.
Bring up a 3rd down and about a long 2 or short 3 here.
Yeah, nice job by the Cooper O-line here. You're going unbalanced again.
Ooh, Smith drops it, and Benilde might have it. They do. Great job to get on that ball by Carson Ray as he was quick to it, diving, and good hands stayed with it. And so Cooper had a good march going. Looked like they might kind of put it away, but then mishandled in the backfield. And Ray, watch Ray just dive. There were 2 guys closer to it than him, but he beat them both to it.
And there was a play earlier in the game too, Jay. I don't remember exactly who it was, but when the ball's loose, Benilde gets there. They're on it.
Over the middle, and Brown dropping that one. So 2nd and 10 coming up as there's Carson Ray. He's made some nice plays here tonight for the Red Knights for sure.
Yes, he has.
You didn't like it? You liked it? You were right in the middle there, right? Yeah.
Little dump off there to wanted to go to Khalif, but
2nd and 10, going to roll to his left and throwing too high for hitter. Boy, it was a good look on that play. Not much was open. Cooper had that covered pretty well.
Yes, they did. And that's a tough play for a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left like that. That's not an easy throw at all.
So 3rd down and 10. Garaja Company got a long field ahead of them. Rush is coming now. Carmo, and the ball pops out. Carmo is going to get on this one and recover it at the 5. I think they'll rule this a fumble. It certainly appeared so. There'll be a quick little discussion, but I don't think he threw this ball, but the officials are going to huddle to.
I don't think the arm was going forward.
I don't think so either. So let's see if.
Just kind of got tripped up over here and just stumbled and yeah.
As of right now, they haven't marked where it was recovered, but the officials are still huddling up. No, they're going to call it intentional grounding. So not a fumble, but an incomplete pass, an intentional grounding call against Benilde. So it'll be a loss of down, and they'll be back at the 3, but they will still have the football.
Right. Carmo, he's a ball hawker himself. He's all around the football for Cooper.
Well, Hitter is standing with his heels right at the back line. This might not turn out so well for Benilde. Now Cooper didn't have. They weren't out there.
Yeah, and you don't really have to wait on him either.
No. Interesting. Hitter. This one will bounce out of bounds about the 45.
Mm-hmm.
So they get much better situation if you're Benilde than giving it to him at the 5, but still Cooper gets the football back. 6:54 to go here in this fourth quarter.
I see Denari Connors back in the huddle again. So he's gonna come out. I have a feeling that we're gonna see number 4 here. A little bit of dose of number 4.
So here we go from the 45. It is Connors, and he's popped pretty good there by Max Wendt. Gains a couple.
You've said that name a few times tonight, Jay. Max Wendt. He's been in on several tackles here for the Red Knights. That was that RPO action again.
Connors 24 rushes now. So he's been a busy man tonight.
Yep.
Fake the handoff, swing it out in the flat here. Here's Carmo cutting it back. Ooh, he almost was going to give up the first down yardage, but he will have enough for the first down here.
You know, on the play before, they did not have. So I'm not too surprised that they went that direction, because on the play before they really didn't have anybody over that receiver on that side, Jay. So good call by Tony Patterson.
First down at the Benilde 32. Cooper's possessed the ball a lot in the second half, haven't scored, but they've also, been able to put together drives enough to keep Benilde from having the football a whole lot. Handoff to Gurley. He is going backward here. All that yardage won't count, of course, because of the forward progress there, but Fradalone will wrap him up for a sizable loss back to the 40, maybe 41, a loss of 9 on the play. Fair to say that one didn't work the way Cooper was hoping, huh?
No, it was pretty slow developing, I thought. For a jet sweep, I thought pretty slow developing play.
And Connors probably not going to get an A grade for the block he didn't throw there.
No, I don't
know if it would have mattered or not.
Right. I've seen better running back blocks.
Second and 19 for Cooper. They'll go back to Connors. Whoa, and he is thrown down. That draws a flag as stopped by Banks. But let's see, will this be a personal foul or?
tell you, Banks latched onto him quickly there. That's for sure.
Right. They are going to pick the flag up,
Okay.
so no flag there.
You're going to get to see this again. Banks. Yeah, he just defeats the block. And
Yeah, no, that's a legit tackle. I think the original flag, I think they were thinking horse collar here, but
Right.
he just had his arm across his shoulder pads in the front. He didn't grab inside that jersey or anything, so nice tackle.
Clock running, though. See what the call is on 3rd and 19 here for, oh my.
Ooh, back to Connors, and that one.
There's Banks
again.
Yeah, there's Banks again.
Got things figured out on that drive. So Cooper presumably going to punt it away here. David Huron will come on to punt for the Hawks. So they didn't quite accomplish what they would have liked there to eat some more time up and this type of thing, but Miaka will be back deep to receive. Gets the kick out of there, and let's see, can they get to it? Howard chasing it down, and it's going to die on its own right at the 2-yard line. So Iran coming through with an excellent punt there for Cooper.
And guess who's right there to down it, huh? Wow.
Yeah, he was not going to let that one beat him to the end zone there, although as it turned out, it ended up just checking up on its own, and Howard didn't have to stop it. But so Benilde will get the ball back. That's the good news. The bad news is they're about 98 yards from the end zone here.
Yeah, from pay dirt here.
And they've had some mistake issues like last time. I don't think, fair to say, it's not been Yogaraja's best night here. He's had some difficulties, thrown 3 interceptions, and last time it looked like he had fumbled, but instead it was ruled intentional grounding. Kalb driven back here after picking up about 4, it appeared.
Right. Yeah, Yogaraja's been, kind of sometimes 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards, but the good news is he is a junior, so he's learning. He'll have another year.
Keep it on the ground here, and that'll be enough for the first down as Kalb ripped off another nice gainer there.
And Cooper's just fine, I think, giving up, even though if it was earlier in the game and you're giving up 4 and 5 like this, you'd be a little concerned, but not where we are right now.
Yogaraja throwing it deep, and Hitter's got it. A nice adjustment, and he breaks the tackle and will go all the way. Wow, 83-yard strike. That's the 3rd time they went for that.
Yep. First
one was incomplete, second one was picked off, and this time they hit it, and Hitter goes the distance.
Yes, he does. And what a job of tight roping the sidelines, tiptoeing down that sidelines too, Jay, by Hitter. Just a really, really good job by Hitter to do that, and obviously a nice ball by Yogaraja.
And the fun thing about high school football, he catches that pass, and now he's going to kick the extra point.
Yeah, there you go.
Hitter probably trying to get his breathing under control a little bit here to get himself calmed down to kick this one, and he boots it up and through. And so 2:24 to go in the game. Benilde not going to be shut out anyways. They get the 83-yard touchdown pass to Hitter, and then he kicks the extra point.
Yeah, looking at him all the way. It's kind of what we call a 9 route or whatever. And
nice adjustment to receive the ball, but then also, as you said, Joe, to stiff arm and then stay in bounds.
And against a really good D-back too in Mulba, who's had a pretty good game himself.
And Mulba, I think if he had the one thing, I mean, obviously you would have liked to make a play on the ball, but the one thing he probably should have done different there was go at the legs and try and make the tackle. He was trying to push him out of bounds.
Right.
And that allowed, hitter to have an angle to stiff arm him. If he had gone low on him there, I don't think he would have been, it wouldn't have been as easy to break that tackle. But, you D-back one-on-one out there, you win some, you lose some. He's had a couple of INTs, and then that time it's the receiver's turn to get the best of it.
Right, exactly.
That was really a heck of an adjustment, looking at that one again. Hitter, maybe a slight nudge, push off, but not enough to draw a flag. But to be able to turn back and receive that ball the way he did, and then turn into a runner immediately, too.
Yeah. He did make that's exactly the right words, too. He did make a great adjustment on that ball. Now it looks like we got Cooper's hands team in here, Jay.
Yeah, onside kick coming here. And it's strange because it's felt like Cooper was, has been in control for so long. But now you look up, 21-7. If they happen to recover this onside here, Benilde is not out of it.
No, they're not. And again, remember what Tony Patterson told us, before the game about closing out games. That's a big concern for Cooper. Going to get the one back.
They had it and then lost it. Got a little greedy, maybe tried to run with the ball, and Cal will recover.
That's exactly what happened too, Jay. It took that extra bounce, but it was a nice bounce for Cooper, but then need to go down as opposed to, trying to advance the football. There's that extra right there. Yeah, but he had it and then he didn't.
Roma trying to advance it.
Who took the timeout on that one? I didn't really catch that one. Both teams are still showing 3, so.
Oh, we know that's not right, though.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm the Red Knights, I'm going to try to isolate either Khalif Brown. Yeah, or
so Benilde will have it at the 44. Still 2:22 to go. They're now within 21-7, and they recovered the onside kick. Yogaraja throwing deep down the middle, and there's Brown. Brown trying to split a couple of defenders. He's going to be in for the score.
Yep.
56-yard strike, and just like that, Benilde's back in it.
Boy, they sure are, Jay. And I've seen these things happen before. I was part of that Maple Grove St. Michael Albertville game from a few years ago, and you just don't know. And as Coach McMenemy said before the game, there is no give up in these kids, even though they haven't won a game yet this year, but they're believing right now.
Hitter on to attempt the extra point here for Benilde. And he drills it through. So just 10 or 12 seconds after the previous touchdown, they get another on the 56-yard pass. Yogaraja to Brown over the middle. And Cooper, giving up the completion's one thing, but not much of an effort on the tackle there. It didn't seem like either. Malba just stopped.
And not much of a rush either. It was just like you're playing catch in the backyard. There was no pressure on Yogaraja at all, Jay. They ran hitter on the same 9 route again, and I think that, Cooper definitely attending to him, and they kind of forgot about the middle of the field a little bit.
Well, now it gets interesting. Do you onside kick again? I'm thinking probably yes.
Sure you do. Oh, yeah. They do have Denari Connors over here. I don't know if they had Denari over here kind of where that ball bounced last time, but so they got one of their better guys on the end over here if the ball gets that far. See where hitter kicks it this time.
He's going to pop it up, and it'll be Gurley making the catch. So Cooper will have it at the 38.
Yeah, kind of a little change. I don't mind that at all, though, Jay. That was a good little change up. They're expecting the ground ball, the bouncing onside, because Benilde does have all 3 of their timeouts left. Well, now it's sort of incumbent on Cooper at least to pick up a first down, right?
Yeah, the complexion of this has been changing in a big way late. I mean, you
really did.
Kind of thinking Cooper was about to put things away. Here's Connors taking the handoff, keeps the legs churning.
Wow.
And he'll pick up about 8. He ran with a purpose there.
Boy, he really did. He really did. As you said, he just kept churning and almost made the sticks on that very run. Sets up a 2nd and short for them.
Interesting, Benilde not using a timeout. Not entirely sure what their timeout situation is, though.
Yeah. If they would somehow get a loss or a stop on this, you might see a timeout, Jay. No, he's okay. Let's see what they're doing here.
Handoff going to Connors, and he'll pick up the first down and more. Connors breaking free and finally knocked out. But that one should go a long way towards sealing it perhaps here.
Yep. Kind of the game started out with Connors making a pretty great run, and it looks like we can kind of bookends for Connors here, Jay.
It was interesting, Joe. I didn't notice earlier, but there was no back judge for him to watch timing-wise. Have we lost? We must have lost an official along the way here.
Oh, okay.
And that makes it tougher on the quarterback. He had to look back to see if they were starting to.
Yeah, because he's not really looking at the coaches either, is he? I mean.
Back on the ground here, and Connors. Banks holding on. Timeout taken here. Here's that Connors run. Kept going, breaks a tackle there. Almost got all the way down that sideline again.
You know, he's smooth, but at the same time, he's really got some power as well too. I think, you know, some of those breaking of tackles, you know, tells me that Denari Connors spent some time in the weight room as well.
And they've got a fantastic new weight room. They got some grants and Adam Thielen Foundation involved and some other benefactors. That's one thing. Willie Howard, among the many great things he's done with the school, he's got some connections, and they were able to contribute some money and just completely refurbished the weight room at Cooper. And it's now, you know, went from being maybe a little subpar to a really good one.
Well, that's important.
And he talked about it at the time too. Sure, football matters a lot for that sport, but for all of the other athletes and even just Phi Ed classes, it's a big deal to have modern, very good equipment, very safe equipment, and that's what they now have.
Kind of coming in there with that sort of power I formation again.
Back they go on the ground to Connors. Try and keep moving that pile forward. And
the ball's loose,
comes
Jay.
out late.
I saw the ball squirt out of there.
And it's going to be a touchback. So Benilde football?
I believe so.
Yeah, looks like they're going to say it was not. I guess you can't have it both ways. If you want the play to continue when you're pushing the pile forward, then he's not down and you rule it a fumble. It was hard to tell from here, just when it came out.
Yeah. Obviously there was no whistle. The play continued, but the ball definitely squirted out.
Connors just kind of disappears into a mass of bodies here, and obviously they're ripping at the ball.
Right.
That's the bad part about trying to struggle for extra yardage is you give those guys. Yeah. Hard to tell really exactly. And Connors is saying, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. The officials disagree. So Benilde will get it, and obviously for them it's a good thing it went in the end zone too, so they get it at the 20 rather than at the 1. So 47 seconds to go. This one is not over yet,
Not
folks.
over at all.
And Cooper's going to use a timeout. That'll be their third, I believe.
Momentum is definitely put on a red jersey here, Jay. And from the looks of the sidelines, it's Banks again, maybe that recovered that fumble, huh?
Red Knights excited on the sideline. They're hoping for their sake that they can complete the comeback here, but some exciting moments regardless of how it happens. I mean, they're going to come out, even if they end up losing this game by this 7-point margin or even more or whatever, but they're going to have some pretty good feelings down the stretch here too, whereas Cooper's thinking, we should have had this one put away.
Oh, absolutely. Big takeaways here for on the positive side for Benilde as they go into the playoffs. And as you said, win or lose. And they've got Hitter again isolated here one-on-one.
Yogaraja dropping to throw. The rush comes at him. Now he'll step up
get out
and
of bounds.
hustle out of bounds.
Yeah. Good positive play there. Good decision, too.
Pick up about. Did he get enough for the first down? Not quite. Looks like 9 or so.
Yeah, and we've got Hitter isolated.
He did get the first, yes.
And Mulba's giving Hitter plenty of room here, Jay.
Yogaraja well protected, throwing over the middle and has the completion. Leaping in the air was Brown to haul that one in. It'll stop the clock for the first down.
Now this is really, and this is really nothing new for Benilde because there are a lot of times in go fast mode during the game anyway.
Quickly out to Hitter. He is into Cooper territory, and we'll have another. Well, no, not quite a first down here. It'll be at the 48, it looks like.
But stops the clock.
Yeah. They get 8 more there.
So we got second and short here, Jay, I believe.
Wow, what a finish this has turned out to be. Benilde, 2 big pass plays 12 seconds apart with a recovered onside kick in between. Then they force a fumble just when it looks like Cooper might punch it in to seal it up. Garaja stepping up. He has room. He's going to throw it though, and did he get it?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I thought maybe
not going to be complete.
No, okay.
Only 16 seconds remaining though.
The hitter is offside. Yeah, okay. They made the adjustment there. Well, they've got time, I think, for 3 plays here, Jay. You can't forget about you got to pick up the first down too. You don't have to go deep.
And the throw over the middle, and the tackle is made. And he's going to be short of the first down, so they'll have to quickly use a timeout here. Oh, that was not what Benilde needed there. They did not even get the first down, and then had to quickly use the timeout.
Yeah, the ball in the middle of the field. This is I mean, unless it's going to be a deep middle or whatever, you kind of want to use the side. That play to hitter was a perfect little play where he gets out, gains yardage, and gets out of bounds. Well, we'll see what Coach McMenemy dials up here with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, like you mentioned, now even more so than ever, you have to get the first down or it ends.
Right.
And ideally, you want to get out of bounds instantly too, and you're realistically going to be looking at probably having to throw a Hail Mary to the end zone if you get that first part done, because the clock is a big issue for the Red Knights now.
And they're playing way off of that single receiver.
Over the middle, incomplete for Guggenberger, and Cooper will get the stop and will take over on downs.
And that should be it, right?
Yeah, wow. What an interesting ball game here. Cooper seemed to be well in command, and Benilde getting those 2 big touchdowns, but Cooper now will just need to kneel down once and be able to secure their second victory of the season. It wasn't always smooth sailing, obviously, at the end here, but
right. And as you mentioned too, this is it's a big positive takeaway for Benilde to come back like this. Says a lot about their squad. Come off the deck like this, make it a game.
And Cooper, though, you know, in a season where wins have been hard to come by, you take it, even if there was a little struggle down the stretch here. They did enough good things to build that lead as well.
Yeah.
As you'll get the kneel down here, and that'll tick us down to 0, and the contest comes to an end. Benilde making a push at the end to make it very interesting, but it is Cooper hanging on for the victory as they will win it by a score of 21-14 as we wrap up the regular season for both of these teams, and they get set for section play. Fun one here tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. For Joe Basil and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. It is Cooper defeating Benilde 21-14.